This is a short video about my new bike. It's a Halford's Crossfire E. It's an electric pedalette bike, which means it's electrically assisted up to 15 miles an hour. The reason I got it was because I love cycling, but I'm overweight. I've got some problems with my knee, and I'm just generally a bit unfit, so I wanted something that would help me get back into cycling and could also be used to go a bit further or for commuting. I've still got a standard road bike as well, which I intend to use when I get a bit fitter, but for now this is just great fun. And I was able to get it on the Cycle to Work scheme as well because it was under the £1,000 limit. So I'll talk you through a few details of what I've done to the bike since I got it. One of the things I wanted was the ability to use my phone while I'm riding, and for maps and for exercise, etc. So I bought this bag here from Amazon. It's Roswheel, but they go under lots of different brands. They're all made cheaply in China. The reason I bought this particular one, there were two reasons. Number one, it's got pockets either side, so you can see on this side I've got keys and the keys to my bike, and on this side I can keep things like my wallet, for example. And then on the top, of course, you've got the phone holder. Now it doesn't look too solid, but it's plenty solid when you're riding. And the advantage of this is I can just peel the whole unit off if I park my bike at a shop or a bar or whatever, and just take this in with me. And you might notice it's plugged in as well. It's actually charging. This has got a battery pack underneath, which I'll give details of in the links below. One of the other problems, of course, is not having room for a traditional bottle rack. The bottle rack cage is taken up by where the battery goes. So the easiest way I found to solve that was I got one of these quick release bottle racks from Amazon, and that holds my water bottle quite nicely. It's a bit of an odd place when you sat there, of course, but it doesn't interfere with your riding at all. It will take a larger bottle as well, but it tends to be a bit front heavy then, so I've been careful with that. You could also put the bottle holder on the handlebars if you wanted. You can move it fairly quickly, and you can swing it 360 as well. It's quite a clever little mechanism. It's just got a lever over cam like the front wheel, so it's fairly easy to remove if you need to. I've also got my GoPro knockoff mount on here as well, which is waterproof, of course, so if I do want to record the ride I can do. It was a recent addition. At the moment I've still got to sort out some lights. I've got a flashing tail light, and I want a really nice bright light on the front so I can use it when it's poor lighting conditions, so I can extend my use of the bike, maybe even as getting darker. And here we have the brains of the electric bike. Turn it on, you can see what you've got to deal with here. You can see the battery's not quite full. You can see the distance that you've done. You can see your speed, and then you've got your assist settings. You can start with no assist at all, which just means it's a regular bike, and then you've got 25, 50, 75 and 100% assist. Handily, the controls are right here by your thumb, which is fantastic. It makes it really easy to change as you go along. I tend to leave the bike in eco mode at the moment because for me I find it slightly heavy to ride it without, except on the flat when you've got some speed up. Once you're going past 15 miles an hour you don't notice it anyway, but you know, as soon as you hit that hill you can drop the gears. It's got the gear selector here for the rear cassette, and a handy little indicator to show you what gear you're in as well, which is pretty cool. The other buttons on here, you've got an I button. If you press that you cycle between the modes, so I've got 72% battery at the moment. I've done 54 kilometres since I've had the bike, and then the last trip was 20 kilometres. Now if I press and hold two of the buttons together, I forget which ones it is, hold on. It's the plus and minus, so you hold the plus and minus together and that resets the trip counter for you. Also there's this number 6, not quite sure why it's number 6, but if you If you press it, it doesn't seem to do anything, but if you press and hold it, the bike will start moving. It's some kind of assist if you've got a heavy bike with panniers on or whatever and you want to push it up a hill or a ramp. You've got the ability to do that. Not quite sure what it's for, but it's there anyway. Sadly, two problems with the brain. You can't remove it quickly. It's got no quick release on it. You can, I did notice the other day that if you look under here, there's some sort of quick release catch, so you can push that and lever off the controller like that, and that frees it from its mountings. And then you have a plug here that you can unplug. However, it's also connected to this controller, which has a bolt on it. So if you could get a quick release on here, you could theoretically make it so you could take the brain off when you were in work. But it's clearly not designed for that. And the second issue is that it only reads in kilometres per hour and kilometres total, and there's no way around that, sadly. Unless they find some way of updating it, but I'm not quite sure how you'd ever connect to it. It does have a USB socket on the back here, so in theory you could charge your phone from that, but I've got the battery pack, so I'm using that at the moment. Or you could potentially run a light as well. One of the other features I love about this bike is the fact that it's got suspension, but you can very simply just lock the suspension solid, or you can open it up depending on the roads that you're travelling on. And also you have a preload here as well. One of the other great features is these amazing brakes. These brakes are seriously strong. I'm a heavy guy, I'm over 16 stone, I'm sad to say, and this bike will stop me in a heartbeat. And you've also got hydraulic brakes, so these are the oil reservoirs, and these aren't cables like the old days, these are actually pipes, which is just brilliant. It's a fantastic system, can't recommend it enough. You might also notice that I've got mudguards on this bike. I didn't originally intend to fit mudguards because I thought they might spoil the look. It is after all quite a sporty looking bike. I didn't want it to look like a commuter bike, but these Vivatel XLs were cheap. It's 15 quid, and they were fitted by the store when I bought it. You can see they're quite short on the front, and then you've got that protection from spray when you're cornering. So altogether, I'm extremely happy with the bike. It does exactly what I wanted it to do. One might argue it's cheating. If anyone shouts cheat at me, I'll just shout elitist back at them. We're not all supermen, we're not all capable of massive long rides and huge hills. I'll get there, but in the meantime this bike really helps. It does make the hills disappear, but you know, you still get some exercise, you still have to pedal. It is only assist, it doesn't totally take the work away from you. So I think as a fitness tool, it'll really help. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any comments, let me know, and I'll put links up for the bag, the mud guards. I won't put a link up for the camera because there's so many of them, and the bottle clamp as well. Hope you enjoyed it. See you soon. Happy cycling.